Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sally here, bringing you the latest and most exciting updates on Iraq's financial landscape and, of course, the Iraqi Dinar. We've got some truly fascinating news coming from Intel Guru Maxi via PDK today, and I know many of you are eager to stay updated with all the shifts happening in this space. If you've been following along with me, you know that things are moving fast, and today's update is no exception. There's a lot happening, so let's get into it. So, Intel Guru Maxi received a report from the Redemption and Wealth Management team, and here's the latest scoop. They're working through the weekend, but with a slight difference. They'll only be working half a day on Sunday, and there's no work expected on Saturday. Now, I know a lot of you have been wondering why things have seemed a bit slower than usual lately. Based on this report, we might finally be starting to see some clarity on why this slowdown is happening. In my last update, I mentioned that groups are expected to begin talking in 4B, and this could be a major turning point, likely starting around Tuesday. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, hasn't it? News swinging up and down like a yo-yo, but hey, we're still in this together, right? On a more optimistic note, I'm feeling cautiously hopeful about what's ahead. And here's where things get even more interesting. Intel Guru Iraq has reported significant developments on the ground in Iraq, and it seems that things are picking up speed. According to Firefly, a trusted source within the community, Mr. Sami has shared some major alerts from Sudani, the Prime Minister of Iraq. Sudani has been on top of the situation, closely monitoring and ensuring that the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, is diligently working on several key initiatives. These initiatives are focused on financing projects that go beyond the usual 3-year budget. A major development, I must say. This was news to me as well, and it's a pretty exciting turn of events. But what does this really mean for us? Well, financing projects outside of the regular 3-year budget is a key signal that Iraq may be gearing up for something significant, a shift towards an international exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar. This is a major development, and one that could indicate a new exchange rate on the horizon. If we're seeing this shift, it's likely we'll witness a revaluation or even a change in the way the dinar is valued internationally. As investors, this is the kind of news we've been eagerly waiting for. It's a sign that Iraq's financial system is taking steps toward greater integration with the global economy. Now let's talk about something even more groundbreaking, the digital dinar. Yes, you heard that right. A digital dinar is on the way. The CBI has been hard at work on implementing this new digital currency, and it's coming much sooner than we anticipated. This is a huge development, and if Iraq is moving forward with a digital dinar, we can almost certainly expect a change in the exchange rate as well. The creation of a digital dinar is a sign of digital transformation within Iraq's financial system, and it's directly tied to Iraq's desire to establish an international exchange rate. These are the kinds of steps we've been waiting for, signs that things are finally moving forward in Iraq, and we're going to be a part of it. Iraq is on the verge of a major financial transformation, and all eyes are on Baghdad. This shift is expected to be monumental as Iraq moves away from a strictly oil-dependent economy and toward greater economic diversification. But this isn't just about Iraq making internal improvements. It's about positioning itself to play a significant role on the global financial stage. The digital dinar, a new international exchange rate, and a more robust financial system are all part of Iraq's broader plan to join the global economy. And as investors, we're in the perfect position to benefit from these changes. Now let's take a quick look at some of the latest updates coming from Guru reports. Guru Proni has recently highlighted some key indicators for Iraq's economy, especially for 2025. According to his analysis, Iraq's economic recovery looks incredibly strong. The Iraqi dinar is strengthening, and the country's banks are developing at a rapid pace. For those of us watching and waiting, this is incredibly encouraging news. It's a clear sign that Iraq's financial system is not only recovering but thriving, and as the dinar continues to strengthen, we could see it gain more and more recognition on the global financial stage. But wait, there's more. This next bit is big. We're hearing from multiple sources that Iraq is on the brink of joining the global financial system. This isn't just a prediction or a hopeful rumor, it's actually happening. The global financial community is calling for Iraq to join, and this could be a game changer. For investors, this means that Iraq is preparing to be a significant player in the world economy. If you're involved with the dinar, now is the time to pay close attention, because this is an exciting and potentially very lucrative moment in history. While we're on the subject of Iraq's economy, we can't overlook the critical role of oil. As we all know, Iraq's financial system has been deeply tied to oil revenues for many years. Jim Mosa, a member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, recently commented on Iraq's 2025 budget and the country's reliance on oil prices. He made it clear that if oil prices fall below $70 per barrel, Iraq will need to rethink its financial strategy. The country's current financial plans are heavily based on estimated oil revenues, so if oil prices remain low, Iraq will have to adapt quickly. And let's talk about the oil market for a minute, because, wow, things have been anything but predictable lately. Oil prices dropped for the second consecutive day, and we're now seeing prices at their lowest levels in over 3 years. This is all happening in the wake of a surprise production increase by OPEC+ and the announcement of tariffs by former U.S. President Donald Trump. These tariffs have had a ripple effect, reducing global demand for oil. In fact, Brent crude, which serves as a global benchmark, lost more than 10% in just 2 days. As of now, Brent is trading at about $65 per barrel, the lowest it's been since May of 2023. So what does all of this mean for Iraq? Well, as you can imagine, Iraq's budget, which is heavily reliant on oil revenues, could be significantly impacted by these fluctuations in oil prices. If oil prices stay below $70, Iraq will need to reassess its financial strategy. Jim Mosa has made it clear that this is a serious concern. But despite this, Iraq is not sitting back and waiting for oil prices to rise again. They are actively working on diversifying their economy and pushing forward with initiatives like the digital dinar, international market access, and more. This shows that even if oil prices dip, Iraq has a solid backup plan in place to mitigate the impact. And that's exactly what we want to hear as investors. The global financial market has been incredibly volatile lately, and we're seeing the effects of these shifts play out in real time. The tariff storm from Trump and the OPEC+ production increases have rattled the oil market, but Iraq is proving to be resilient. The country is adjusting, recalibrating, and finding ways to ensure its financial system stays robust and adaptable to global changes. The oil market might be unpredictable, but Iraq's focus on economic diversification is ensuring that they are not dependent on any one sector, especially not oil. As we look toward the coming weeks, the sense of anticipation around Iraq's financial future is palpable. The developments happening now suggest that we're on the brink of something huge. The implementation of the digital dinar is just one of the many signs that Iraq's financial system is evolving. With all these changes happening, we are positioned perfectly as investors to benefit from the shifting landscape. So what does all of this mean for us? First and foremost, it means we need to stay informed. The global financial landscape is changing, and Iraq is making moves to establish itself as a key player on the world stage. Whether it's through the digital dinar, the introduction of an international exchange rate, or Iraq's growing role in the global financial system, the country is on the rise. And we're part of that journey. As we wrap up today's update, I want to remind you all to stay on top of the developments in Iraq. Things are moving quickly, and we'll continue to be here to keep you updated with the latest and most important information. The road ahead is filled with potential, and it's exciting to think about where all of this is heading. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this update helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. What do you think about Iraq's progress toward the digital dinar? How do you feel about the global financial implications of these changes? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay informed, stay positive, and let's see where this journey takes us.